Hello everyone, I'm here with my alternatives for the April paper pumpkin kit, which is called My Wonderful Family. So I am doing this month in collaboration with Stmpgrl, Stmpgrl. She's here on YouTube as well, and her name is Paige. Hi Paige. And hopefully she stuck to this, but we agreed not to do more than like 3 to 5 cards, and I did 5. I really could have done more because I have lots more product left, but let me just show you what I did. Now remember, this is the kit that made the intended cards that look like this. These are the two, sorry, I have the envelopes there. The 2 cards made as intended that I put up on my channel the other day. So all about family. It's got Father's Day and Mother's Day things in, which I did use. And I have, just real quick, I have a lot of stuff left. Obviously the stamp set, except one, because somehow I laid it out on a card. I was going to use it and it disappeared. And I have checked everything I can think of that I might have sat down on it, stuck to the bottom, you know, kind of thing. I don't know where it went. I still have, sorry, quite a few bling. This ribbon did not come in the kit, but I used it on something. I have a lot of cutouts yet of birdies and some butterflies still. I have quite a few labels. I have a whole sheet of these plus this one. I have this much pink ribbon left yet, which is really pretty. I think I have 3 of these. I didn't use any more of those. I was going to, and then I don't know. And as far as card bases, I still have this one, and I'm pretty sure I have, let's see, I have, remember I had an extra one of these, so I had started with 5 of these, and I've only used 2, one for the original card and one other one. And I still have 2 of those envelopes because I only got the right number of envelopes. And on this one, I only have 1 of these left. So this was for the shaded spruce look, and I did use 3 out of the 4 of those and 2 of the envelopes. So now the envelopes, I don't think I cut any envelopes this time in the making of these cards, since I only did 5. So the first one, actually, I made a note card, and I made it for my daughter, because let me pull the stamps out again. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's this one that I'm missing, and it's bugging me so much. And I'm sure I will not be looking and it'll pop up somewhere and I'll be like, oh my gosh, you know. Does that ever happen to you guys? Oh my, I'm still saying oh my gosh. So I used the tree and this little tree trunk here, and this is really glary on this. Let me switch spots there. How about that? So I used melon mambo, excuse me, melon mambo. This is one of the labels from the kit. I cut out in early espresso, I think it was this one, yes, the timeless label punch, and put it behind that other one just to give it some other color besides pink, and bring in more early espresso. This is a stamp in this set, which I love, this little butterfly here, and I just stamped it up the card, or down, whichever. I did up actually. And then this is actually the butterfly from the kit. See, it's yellow on the back, but I just colored it with the Melon Mambo Stampin' Right marker, or you could just push it into your ink pad and do it that way as well if you have the Melon Mambo ink, until you get good coverage. Now the gems I used were from the, hang on, let me find them, the Noble Peacock, and it had Melon Mambo on it. Now these are retiring. I have a couple different open ones. I'm trying to get the color. Here we go. Yeah, I have 4 open ones. So this is what I pulled, the Melon Mambo. And I think I had finished some off this sheet. So I have to make something with gorgeous grapes so I can finish that one too. Oh my goodness. So that's what I did. I used some three of those here and then 2 here. And I stamped Daughter, which is from the set, in Early Espresso. And I stamped I'm Glad You Are My Family in Melon Mambo. And then I just did a little knot bow with the ribbon. Which didn't take much ribbon, and then that's still blank on the inside, and the little note card envelope is going down the side. Now these are carrying over. These are the regular Whisper White note cards and envelopes, and I will put the item number for that down below the video as well. Okay, I'm not probably going to put these on my blog, but I will put the item number for the Whisper White note cards down below. So that's the first one. The second one is this, and for this one I brought in the Mountain Air, Mountain, which actually is carrying over as well, and I used these trees and this tree. The shaded spruce made me think of that, so this is the, let me show you the original piece. This is this piece, and all I did was cut it so that it would fit on the card front, and stamped these trees. I stamped and stamped off these, and I think there's a couple of these little ones thrown in there too. So I stamped off to make them be in the background, and then this is from the dies, Majestic Mountain dies. This one here still has a little bit of green in it, and I just wanted that to be like in the foreground, so that's what I did. And the little birds are also from Mountain Air. I was going to put a moon on and I totally forgot about it, but anyway, I'll try and put those down below as well. And then this is from the set, and To My Wonderful Brother I stamped right on the card in Shaded Spruce. This is stamped in Shaded Spruce, and then these are from the kit, both banners, and so are the little crushed curry pearls. And then inside I did use another stamp from the kit, I'm Glad You Are My Family, so happy Father's Day, I'm glad you are my family, and I just again put that double tree in the bottom. And I think on the envelope, yep, I got some green on there. This is one of the envelopes from the kit. Oh, well, I'll write his name there or something. I intend to actually, hope my brother's not watching this, but if you are, here's your Father's Day card, brother. I won't say his name. So, because I think that turned out really nice. And yeah, so that was that one. And then I did another Father's Day card, only I tried to use all the different colors that were in it, all the greens. And what's funny is I ended up not using Pear Pizzazz as much. This is actually soft sea foam, and for this one I took this piece here. And actually this is similar to one that they did on the, this was my inspiration, although they fussy cut theirs out, it looks like. So I just took that and stamped it top and bottom, you know, like this, and then flipped it and went like that in soft sea foam. And then I used this piece from the kit and layered it over it. I stamped I'm Glad You Are My Family in Shaded Spruce, and this label is from the kit, but I went around it in crushed curry, what I was trying to say. I don't know if you can see that, it's edged in crushed curry. This is from the kit. Oh, and this actually is the other piece Is that right? Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I think I just have a full piece in there. This is on the back of that. Yep, I know it is. So that's what I did there, to use up that piece from that other card. Put one of the strips across, and this is just the front of the card. That is on a regular card front, but what I did is, now here's another piece of that I think I had left over from, maybe here, up here, because this was too long. So I had a strip across here left, and that's what is down here. This is from the kit. I stamped Happy Father's Day inside. I'm thinking this would be good for either, I think I'm going to send it to my cousin. Actually, my cousin is a man and a father. I'm not sure my son-in-law would like this color. I'm not sure my cousin will either, but hey, at least I sent him something, right? So, I mean, it's got a bow on and stuff, but I think it's alright for a Father's Day. And then I did use 5. So this is an easel card, but I didn't get it really standing up tall. I should have had it folded a little bit further down on the base here. So this is soft sea foam, vertical base, and then I just folded this in half, really. Or I maybe should have added more paper to here. And I didn't put any other card in here because I figure this is light enough to write on if they want to write inside there anything else. But yeah, and I actually put those strategically there so that it would help hold it and keep it standing up. So that's card number 3, and on the envelope I pulled out a Whisper White envelope and stamped the same way I did on the front of the card there, on the back of the envelope. So that's that one. Okay, card number 4. I was playing with the other card base, this one, and you know, it was supposed to go this way. Well, I kept it intact, really. I just turned it this way instead. And this is the card that I was playing around with when I lost my stamp set. It's just driving me nuts. So anyway, here's what I did. I took that, see, I turned it around because originally they were going this way, right? All right, so I stamped the tree on the front in mint macaron because that's what color this is, and I used this little piece down here. Well, and I stamped the tree trunk in Early Espresso, and then around the tree trunk at the bottom I used this little leafy thing here. This is the same pattern that's in here, which I realized later. But anyway, I made it like leafy there, and then I took a little strip of mint macaron paper and I stamped all over it with that same leafy pattern to give a similar look. It's sort of the reverse of this, because this is darker in the back with light, but this is lighter in the back with the mint macaron stamped tone on tone, makes it darker on the top. So it's sort of opposite. So I kind of thought that was cool. And this gives the tree, you know, looks like there's something else there. And then I did just put some little of the yellow pearls. This one I put sun. So this one's for my son. Now he's not a father yet, so I didn't make it a Father's Day card. And here what I did is the sheet that has the, sorry for reaching. The sheet that has this, and see I have a whole sheet of these left, have a lot of little spaces, but they weren't real big spaces. So I have this 3/4 inch circle punch, which is retired, sorry, but I punched out some little shaded spruce circles, and I just layered the butterfly and some birds on them. Now the birds are up, the circles are glued down, the birds are up on dimensionals, the butterfly is on with a glue dot just in the middle of the, or maybe it's glue, I can't remember, in the middle of the circle, so its wings flutter. And then over here, he knows I like to watch birds, and he kind of does too a little bit, even though he's not into it as much as I am. I just got some pink on there, probably from my fingers. And then inside I took another piece of mint macaron, but I ran it through the retiring layered leaves embossing folder. This was the old number when I bought it. This is probably the number that is on it now, but it's retiring altogether. So I put that in here because I didn't like it blank when you opened it up. And then I stamped in Italy Espresso, I'll always be here for you. So son, I'll always be here for you. I'll probably give that to him around the time of Father's Day, or if he... It would have been nice to have this actually when he wasn't feeling good. So anyway, and I'm just using one of those envelopes, and I took that same little stamp and I just did a little corner edging here to make it a little fancy on the front. So yeah, I thought it came out cute. So, and I used a lot of things from the kit. Sorry, this pink I got on here from my fingers is bugging me. I scrubbed my hands. And you'll see why I have pink on my hands in a moment. Coming up next, I went back to pink, Melon Mambo, and here's what I did. Alright, so Pigment Sprinkles, I'm very sad. Pigment Sprinkles are retiring. They were $23. They're in the last chance area of the website, and they're on sale. I can't remember exactly what the sale price is, but they're watercolor crystals. And I used also the watercolor paper Stampin' Up! Has, and that is not retiring. It's Fluid 100 watercolor paper. And you get 5x7 sheets, so I did a whole sheet, and then I have pieces left over that I didn't use yet. And I used for this one, I had done some with green and yellow, but it sort of got muddy looking. I didn't like it. It got brown because I added a little pink in with it. But on this one, I just used the Melon Mambo and the Mango Melody, and that's it, because I wanted it to look like a sunrise sky. You know how it's bright pink. All right, so you can see I have a piece of that that green card, shaded spruce cardigan, which maybe you can see that and maybe you can't. What did I just do with the one I had as a sample? Probably up here. I don't know, but it's the same one that we used. Here it is. Okay, so this one, you know, that folded up like this. Well, I cut that piece off again. I cut it down a little bit to be, okay, so this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this piece here is the top part of this, and that's cut down to 5 1/4 by 4. So this is 3 3/4 by 5. And then so this had to be 3 3/4 also, and the width of it is 1 1/4 inches. I cut it down a little bit that way too. You can see this is a little wider by about 1/4 inch. Anyway, I just thought the white behind the watercolor paper made it pop more, so I used one of the trees, the same tree as on this card as intended, and I just glued it down, popped the trunk a little bit under the grassy area is what I was going for there, right? And the beautiful sunrise. And this sentiment then, though, is from another stamp set that is retiring, and it's the Morning Star. Each day is a new beginning, and I stamped that in Melon Mambo on the back of this label here, this Pear Pizzazz label. I flipped it over and stamped Each Day as a New Beginning. I used a piece of the ribbon in the kit and the 2 of the butterflies and 1 of the little birdies. The birdies and the butterflies are both all put down with, all 3 are put down with glue dots. I did not bump them up on dimensionals. And I did use 3 of the little crushed curry pearls. And then on the inside, I had a piece of watercolor paper about the right width left over. I just had to cut some off the end. And then this is the, this part here, this piece here. I just flipped it over, stamped I'll Always Be Here For You. That's out of the Paper Pumpkin kit. Stamped in Mango Melody, and then I used those little butterflies again on the stamp set. These little butterflies, and I stamped them in crushed curry to bring out the colors from the front. And that's popping up a little bit. And that's what I did for the 3rd card. So I had to bring in a Whisper White envelope. You can see the difference between the Whisper White and these Paper Pumpkin kits. So I took another one of the butterflies from the kit and I just glued it down, and then I put the Melon Mambo, not Mango Melody, Melon Mambo butterflies on the outside and on the front again. Okay, so those are my 5 alternatives. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm so sad Pigment Sprinkles are going away. If you're interested in those, they are number, I don't know. Oh, here. 149663. And like I said, they're in the last chance. And the colors are really beautiful. They're Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, Granny Apple Green, and Gorgeous Grape. And they're all, I think, in the brights, I believe. And they're bright and beautiful. So, and you can do so many different things with that. So let me bring all my cards in. Now, I just, earlier today, by the time you see this, put up a video that Gracie21, Grace, is having a party for me with Stampin' Up. So one thing you could do if you wanted to is you can pre-order Paper Pumpkin kits for 3 to 6 months or 12 months, whatever you want. And when you pre-order, you can use a host code. So let's say you wanted to do a 3-month pre-order, get the next 3 months of kits. And by the way, the May kit is going to have 4 of the new in colors, and I don't know which ones they are yet. There's 5 in colors coming in. We know one of them from the Ornate Garden paper, but excuse me, but there's 4 more. But I don't know if it'll have 3 new ones plus 1 that we already know about, or the other 4. So anyway, I digress. So if you would like to prepay and get some Paper Pumpkin kits, you could use Grace's host code, and that would count on her party, because what happens is you order it on Stampin' Up, you get your prepaid code, they'll email you, and then what you do, you get this code. Excuse me one sec. So you get the code, and then what you do is go into Paper Pumpkin and put that code in, and that way you get set up for the prepaid number of months. So you buy it on Stampin' Up, and then you get emailed a code, and then you go put the code in to get your Paper Pumpkin set up for 3 months, and then you'll get an invoice, and it'll be 0 each month, you know, like an email confirming your payment for the month, but it'll be 0 once you've already prepaid for the 3 months or 6 months or whatever. So you can look that up on my Shop Now button too. It's under the Paper Pumpkin category on the left-hand side of the website. There's all the categories, and if you scroll down, there's one for Paper Pumpkin, and it should have all the information in there about clicking on the different prepay options for you. So just wanted to bring that up in case you are interested in trying out Paper Pumpkin. you know, 3, 6, or 12 months. You can prepay, help out a part. I will actually not do the year on a party because that would bring you over the 150, but 3 or 6 months would be under 150. You could still put it on Grace's host code and help her out too. So that's another option. And also, like I said, I'll put the Pigment Sprinkles and the other 2 stamp sets and dies that I used as down below as well. And if I can find a code for the paper pumpkin, I'll put that down below. You can't obviously buy this one, but yeah. And so the colors I used are Melon Mambo, Shaded Spruce. These are the, oh, I'll put the code for this too, the Whisper White note cards and envelopes. And Soft Sea Foam, I'm sorry, mine went just blank, and Mint Macaron. Those were colors. Now the ink thing you got was an Early Espresso for ink. So there's a lot. I'll try and put all the codes for what I use down below the video. It might not be right when this goes up, but soon after. Okay, guys, I'm rambling. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and go help Grace out with her party. Again, here's her number, okay? Her host code number. Thank you, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.